The Warriors hosted the injured Orlando Magic and climbed back to 500 with a well-rounded performance, but it was Brandin Podziemski who stood out, finishing with a career-high plus 36 off the bench. I want to break down his game as a secondary ball handler where he's able to create off the dribble and generate open looks for his teammates, and why this role suits him much better than starting as the 2 guard, so let's get to it. Podziemski has had ups and downs in his career and in out of starting lineups, but it seems to be a pattern where he has thrived more coming off the bench against other teams' backups. With a guaranteed 25 minutes per night, Pods can use his energetic style as a secondary creator. He's not the fastest, but he can handle the ball enough and attack on the semi-fast break against a flat-footed Tyus Jones, then counter by spinning back to his left. Banchero leaves his man the strong side corner to stunt, and even though Pods has literally a wide open layup to finish, he's just not wired to go up strong in the paint. Instead, he jumps past and kicks it back out the last second, which preoccupies Banchero just enough. It's good to see Moody finally have a good game and knock down his open triples. When Pods was a starting 2 guard, he's just not the most efficient playing off ball with both Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, and has been better suited minimizing those minutes as a secondary ball handler. Draymond comes to set a drag screen, but ghosts at the last second. This confuses Jones for a little bit, allowing Pods to attack the middle of the court and get a step on his defender. Wendell Carter Jr. forgets his personnel here by facing Draymond as if he is going to be a lob threat and does not protect the paint instead. Anthony Black has to come rotate as the weak side low man to play the drive, giving GB2 a free lane to cut on the baseline. This is where Pods excels at his best, by creating as the off guard, and here he throws a perfect alley-oop. Another one of Pods' expertise is attacking off the catch. With Steph kicking out to Melton, the Warriors are best at moving the ball around and not going ISO. As Melton puts it on the floor, Jet Howard starts ball watching at the perimeter, so this extra swing pass allows Pods to attack off the catch right away and get a straight line drive with a strong left hand. With Howard at his hip and Carter Jr. a little closer to the restricted area, Pods counters by stopping for a left-hand floater shot with no contest. If he can master these floaters and mid-ranges, that will unlock his next level offensively. This was another solid example of him showing his mid-range counters. Pods and TJD run a high pick and roll, but Howard decides to go over the screen, giving Podziemski the opportunity to attack with Wendell Jr. playing a drop coverage and also the roll man. As he surveys the coverage, he decides to jump stop and rise up for a high release mid-range shot. Now the analytics team might go against it, but these are the type of shots generally reserved for superstars. I'm not saying it's a bad shot, but if he can hit these consistently, then why not? I just don't know if he can at his 6'4" frame, but this is a nice counter to get a bucket. This might have been the best play of the night from him, from defense to offense. Podziemski initially loses track of his man, and Jones is able to attack off the catch and get by him. Pods does a fantastic job recovering and trailing, predicting the push shot and swatting it from behind without fouling. Then on a 3-on-2 fast break, he does not force the shot against the Magic big men, and of course the ball needs to find its way around to Steph first, as it should on fast breaks. With Black completely ignoring GB2 and denying Curry the ball, Steph cuts to keep it moving, replaced by Pods. But this time he was fully feeling himself, and sensing Banchero not closing out, Podziemski launches a quick catch-and-shoot 3 with the defender's hands down and drains it. His confidence is really irrational. If he can keep developing his off-ball skill set and maintain his rhythm without hammering the ball, he will be a valuable role player. Post and Curry run a pick and roll, and Post rolls first, getting the short roll pass and creating a 4-on-3 advantage on the back end. Bane comes to rotate as the weak side low man, and Jones is responsible for the 2 weak side Warriors. Swing to the corner first where Jones X's out, then an immediate swing pass up to the wing to the open Podziemski. With Bane a little slow making his correct rotation, Pods attacks the closeout and gets by the defender. With Banchero deep in the paint not yet able to help, this dribble into the mid-range is generally reserved for stars like I said, but I have no problem with this counter if he is able to consistently knock these down. I much prefer this than his Euro step and shot fakes that fool no one, but I like this pull-up jumper. When Steph sits out, Podziemski is best used as a secondary ball handler, running a few high pick and rolls here and there. Post comes for the pick and Batazi comes up high to show, then call for the switch. Not sure why the center is picking him up this high as if he was Curry, but Pods hits him with a hezzy dribble and then just easily gets by him. Now Isaac decides to help from the strong side corner off a technically non-shooter, and Pods makes the right decision by simply kicking it out. The shot clock is winding down, and of course Jimmy pump fakes first, then shoots a one-legged three-pointer and knocks it down. He has been super hot from the three-pointer this season. With Jimmy out and Curry in, I'm okay with Pods running the show more as well. Moody sets a pick to try and get Bitadze high up in the action, but Pods counters Bane's reach in to reject the screen and attack with a strong left hand. The big man is now playing a show with Bane trailing from behind, but gets greedy by hand-checking Pods' straight line drive and tries to stop his momentum. Never thought I'd see the day Pods gets a foul merchant whistle from the referees, but he picks up his dribble at the perfect time to initiate contact and gets a tough floater in for the and one. There you guys have it, a quick breakdown on Brandin Podziemski, who looks like a much better fit as a second unit combo guard. His ability to put the ball on the floor, create for himself, and find open teammates is way more valuable off the bench than as a third option next to Steph and Jimmy in the starting lineup, and he's clearly a better matchup against opposing bench players. Pods was able to do what he does best, attacking off the catch, making hustle plays, and knocking down open jumpers, which is exactly what you want to see if Steve Kerr is going to give him around 25 minutes a night anyway. The Warriors are back at 500 with the Christmas game coming up, so if you guys like this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.